Y'all, life be life, and I'm a Libra. I'm back. That's just all I'm going to say about it, okay? Look, life has been going on. I seen recently in the news, and I don't watch the news. There was a story about a young man, unfortunately, who lost his life during a press conference or speech or whatever. I'm not here to focus on the person, nor am I here to focus on the details, but instead on the deeper reminder it carries for every single one of us. Understand this: whatever a man, a person sends out in the word or in deed, that means action, it will always return back to them. What we give, we receive. This is not only a personal truth, but also a generational one, unfortunately, because sometimes the choices of one person can ripple down, and our children or our families can feel the weight of what was sown before them. And I know a lot of you have gone through that. The good book reminds us of this, right? In Matthew 12:37, for by your words you will be justified, and honey, by your words you will be condemned. That is a powerful statement. It's a powerful truth. It's a powerful call to be mindful, to choose words and your actions that only bring forth life, peace, and love into this realm. Because what we send out has a way, honey, of finding its way back to us, even years later. Yes, it's called karma. We all know about her. So do you believe karma? Do you believe this is true? If so, drop a line in the comments and let me know how you're feeling about this. Now, I don't know if you believe it's true or not, but I've had enough karma in my life being young and naive and just doing things. Honey, sometimes that thing come back to see you immediately. Sometimes it waits for years before you get paid back, right? So this karma thing is real, and we want to learn to be impeccable, not only with our words, but with our actions. Understand that this is about humanity, right? The construct of race and all of that, that's out the window. You can believe what they sell you or offer you if you want. But when you start to research, when you start to understand the deeper meanings of yourself and this realm, as the dark principles have, or principalities, I want to say, have taken over, you find out that all of the things that you thought you believed, the things that they taught you in school, is all an illusion, all just to put a veil over your eyes. And so now people believe, for some reason, that freedom of speech does not come with consequences. Look, I don't care who you are, what you do, how you say it, whether it's good or bad. Everything you do comes with a consequence, but you better be ready to pay whatever that consequence is at the end when that bill is due, okay? It doesn't mean that I believe that people deserve. I don't believe he deserved to live his life, but I do believe that mental triggers. There are people walking around here in rage, and all they need is just a little click to go overboard with things, right? So we always want to send love and prayers to the victim, but how did the perpetrator, how did that person that caused the incident become who they are? What happened in the mental state? We never go and talk about that. We never really get into the healing process, right? And we never look at ourselves, not ourselves personally, not ourselves as a community, not as ourselves as a state. Like, no one stops to look at the core being of things to find out what is going on. And for some reason, we don't elect, or we do elect and something happens when they're in there, that they stop thinking about the people and the core principles and the values that should be demonstrated within a home, a community, a job, even at the hospital. We need to come together and really start to think about, why are we so sick in the Western society? What is going on? What is being poured in? Yes, honey, poured into the society that we have these egos that are taking over, that we don't know how to have conversations with each other anymore. We don't know how to agree and disagree. Because look, baby, we all come from different sides of life. Just because I don't know what your life looked like, it doesn't mean what you're sharing with me is a lie or a falsehood. It means I haven't walked in your shoes. I haven't experienced that. But it's nice to talk to people with different experiences so that you can have a broad range of what people are going through, to really test what the climate is out there. I don't know. People have really been sleeping. I don't know where y'all been. It is crazy. It is crazy out here. And I just feel so bad that it's gotten to this point. And I really feel like if everyone took the time to really dive deep into themselves, ask, why do you believe what you believe? Where did that belief come from? And not just where did it come from, like the person that told you, was it your parents? But where did they get that from? And then where did their parents get that from? And then get inside the books and research and find out where it comes from. Because you will find out a lot of the things that have been set up for this foundation of this life in the Western society has been based off things that I don't think most people would normally agree with or believe. But because we were taught that it was good, we taught that it was pure, we taught that it is holy, everybody wants to follow it, but nobody's going back. No one's going back to research and find out what really is going on and what things are really put in place. And where did all these different types of systems stem from? Why do we have them? And once you start to investigate your beliefs, why you believe them, and get to the foundation, to the dirt of the thing, right? To the dirt of the thing, you might change your mind about a lot of things. But one thing I'm not changing my mind about is this karma. Honey, make sure that whatever you put out, you can pay. You can pay that bill, right? Because it's going to come back and see you. It's going to come back and see you, all right? The good book says it's going to come back to see you. Life experience should have taught you that it's going to come back to see you. So make sure that you are doing what is right and pure. And even when you're doing something right, Nelson Mandela had to sit in jail even though he was doing something right. Martin Luther King had to sit in jail even though he was doing something right. You know, so even though you're doing something right, it doesn't mean that bad things can't happen. But what it means is that you have to believe in what you're doing, and that you have to understand that you have to be ready to give your life sometimes for the actions or the words that you speak. Unfortunately, because people are too sensitive, because we can't open our minds and have a dialogue. We don't know how to talk to each other. Husbands and wives can't talk to each other anymore. They don't know how to talk to the children. The children ain't allowed to talk back. Or if they are allowed to talk back, they talking a bunch of nonsense. You know, so communication is key, and it's something that I don't think that has been taught properly in this realm, especially on the Western society. We don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to engage. A lot of people don't even know how to do eye contact. I mean, it's just gotten to the point that I feel like we have gone so backwards, not only in how we deal with each other, as far as the community, the states, and how we live here in the United States, but just in general, just the basic things that we used to have, that we used to be proud of. It just, they're dwindling away, or they no longer exist, and we don't have another generation to pick that up and carry it. What we do have is baby boomers and Gen Xers, me, because I got children and grandchildren, complaining, but no one is coming together to solve the problem and making a pathway where we have to herd the next generation that way, right? We have to herd them because the next generation is so sensitive. You know, we got parents that are having to be buried because of phones being taken away, or someone said no to them. They don't know how to handle rejection. But somehow we have to come together as society and be able to, be able to pull that back together. Look, y'all, I gotta go. I got all these teapots. Somebody gifted me teapots because I do a lot of tea parties now, y'all. I'm out here. I'm in these streets. And so I didn't have a place to put them yet. We got to clean our garage, so they just kind of been sitting here in my little kitchen nook here. So I will see you guys later. Make sure that you stay rooted, you stay true, but most of all, baby, you stay you. All right, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye.